Welcome to VHS Sisters, a nostalgic movie podcast with two actual real-life sisters.
I'm Melanie.
And I'm Seisha.
Get into some comfy clothes, grab your favorite beverage,
and come hang out with us as I force my little sister to watch all the movies she missed growing up.
Let's do it.
I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna let it rip because I feel like an old man who's shaking his fist at a cloud, but I fucking hate AI. Do you hear that, robot overlords? I hate AI. I hate ChatGPT. I think it's making everybody stupider, dumber, uglier. I think it's for stupid dum-dums who don't have any hard skills. Everybody wants everything to be easy. Like these commercials I see now that I'm, it's football season and I'm watching football. And it's like, let ChatGPT make you an itinerary for your vacation. It's like, use your fucking brain, you dumb, stupid idiot, stupid person.
Like the internet in 2000, maybe, again, we always go back, 2012, 15, whatever, even 2020, right? Just whatever. Pre everything being auto-generated, like every time you search something, it gives a summary. You should know how to type things into Google and like look stuff up or like pick up a book or even just like, and this is still modern, but like, watch a TV show, get inspired, much like I did, watching a lot of different travel shows growing up. And like pick something and go. Like who cares? You don't have to have everything planned. And also like why are you gonna have the overlord plan it for you?
I think people are so afraid of, like, let's just say like the internet is bad now. Listeners, hi, welcome to VHS Sisters. We've been talking a lot today off mic, and it's a tough time of year for a lot of people. And I just feel like the holiday season gets really dark for me. It gets really dark. All I see now is like, and here I am, the woke elder sister talking about the evils of capitalism. Like every time you flip on a screen, it's like, buy stuff, work more so you can buy stuff. Do you have enough money? Do you have enough stuff? Is it how much stuff do you have to buy before you fill the fucking hole in your soul, which should be filled by other people and interactions and conversations with people? But no, we all hate people because every time we go on the internet, somebody fucking pisses us off and we're like, fuck this. Now I'm going to make a robot boyfriend.
Rage bait.
And here, Seisha is raging today.
I'm still not mad about the robot boyfriend idea. I'm just saying, whatever. Accept the times that we're in. Get the robot boyfriend. Have it do the chores. Well, I get it.
Yeah, I want what was that maid in the Jetsons? Rosie was her name?
Rosie. Love Rosie.
Yeah, get fucking Rosie out here doing my laundry. Why can't AI do my laundry or do my dishes? Two of the work. No, why can't AI put my clothes away? Because that is the worst chore. I don't know. What do you feel is the worst?
What year did Clueless come out? Where's our digital closet?
I think that they do have that in some sense. Like, I'm sure you could like pop a question into like an AI bot and be like, can you give me some outfit ideas? I'm sure people do that, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that's so tacky.
I'm Amish as fuck. And I'm proud to say I think I used ChatGPT once as like a joke. And the responses, like it came up, like I needed a prompt for something. And then the response was so bad. I was like, this is stupid. I feel like it's not helpful and it's just wasting my time. It's like when I could have done my own research and then like used and like maybe I just stared at a wall for 5 minutes and came up with the solution myself.
Yeah. I mean, I think the only way that I've ever found it useful was for citing stuff and having it generate into the formats of which it needed to be cited in for like a research paper. But like you can do that. There's still like there are generators, like actual hard website generators where you can go and put the link in and it will generate. I mean, like it's just that has existed for forever. Like, why do we have to rely on like a new big brand to do these things that have been around for so long? You know?
Yeah, I mean,
Brand loyalists.
I don't want to be a contrarian or a grump. It's really hard for me not to be these things. I admit that. But there are people who are like, "Oh, AI is good. I use it for work. I'm using it to like summarize meetings and stuff like that." Like if I asked Zoom to like summarize our podcast episodes,
Which it does do that on Spotify. You've seen that, right? Where it does the chapter summaries and stuff, or like chapter titles, which are so funny.
They're so funny. And it's like, don't even get me started on Spotify. It's, what are the ethics surrounding like posting a podcast? This is bringing up a lot of really juicy topics for me. Really juicy topics because I'm forced to engage with these big corporations who are evil.
Yeah.
Who actively recruit ICE officers through their platforms. It's a whole thing. Oh boy. Should we talk about a puppet movie? Should we talk about a movie where no AI is used at all?
Not a single stitch.
Not a single moment of, although robots were used.
Were they really?
Yeah, I want to maybe start with it. So the movie we're talking about today, hello, happy holidays, everyone.
Yay, it's getting close to holiday season.
And I'm Sasha, the grumpy, woke older sister.
I'm Melanie, the hopeful little Cindy Lou who wants to make everyone's heart grow.
Melanie is the epitome of a hopeful millennial. I saw this comment the other day, speaking of the internet.
Yes.
And they were saying that like millennials must feel like the people who got on like the last helicopter in Vietnam in terms of like culture, which is like it really is like they saw like the last of everything good leave us. And now Gen Zs are like, hope, what is that? My life is so flat and boring and stupid, and they make fun of millennials, but really you just like,
always make fun of something you're jealous of. That's just like canon. That's just normal.
I do it. Sure. Yeah. It's like, yeah, they desperately wish they felt a moment of like optimism or hope.
You're like, oh, look at them being so happy. Ugh. Losers.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh man.
Yeah. Oh wow. So much fun. Like looking forward to like college and work and getting dressed up to go to the club.
And apartments were like $1,300 a piece in Williamsburg. Let's rent that when I get a job.
Right. Yeah. What can you get for $1,300 now? Not even a fucking storage space, probably.
You could get a storage space for $1,300 a month for sure.
You can. No, you can. I know, because I
can't live in it, but you can get it.
I mean,
put your stuff in it that you ordered with AI.
We live in hell. I think we're going to talk about this most wholesome puppet movie, but I want to say we live in hell, and I'm pretty sure we all died in 2019, and we're just now living in hell.
That's fair.
Because everything seems dark.
It's off. Well, at least we all died together, and you can listen to us now.
You can listen to us now in, this purgatory of podcast purgatory.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're talking about one of my favorite childhood holiday movies. This movie is so overlooked. And this movie I'm talking about is Emmet Otter's Jug-Band Christmas from 1977. Another Jim Henson feature, because I just could not let the holidays pass by without ripping another Jim Henson puppet movie. Also because Melanie has not seen any of them.
Well, I've seen some. I've seen Muppet Christmas Carol, obviously. That's just one to have.
I didn't know you watched the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Of course, it's like a classic kids movie. Also, it's the season for no cheeses for the Mises,
that it is the season for that. Absolutely. I'm glad you've seen that. Yeah, there were a lot of Jim Hensons that missed you for some reason. This one, it's interesting. Now, first of all, you didn't watch this on VHS. We never watch any of these on VHS, by the way.
Yeah, our physical media collection is very, very small as time has gone on. It's shrunk. No, we did not have this on VHS. Did you watch this on VHS or?
We watched it. So I watched it a lot, I believe, on either the Disney Channel or it was on Channel 9, which is our Canadian channel. Yes. Because this was shot in Toronto. And I feel like there was a really strong, and I watched a lot of Sesame Street in French. So there was a lot of like children's broadcasting from Canada that I got. So this is a big part of Seychellor.
Yeah, same.
So French Sesame Street, Mr. Dress Up, a lot of like French cartoons. I don't know if anyone out there remembers the Canadian cartoon, The Raccoons. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't. As I say, chime in if you know Hammy the Hamster.
Hammy the Hamster, classic Canadian programming. So much good puppetry. They really embraced puppets in Canada, I feel, and also live action animals. They're just like, put a hamster in it.
They're like, build a terrarium, put a hamster, write a story over top. Like, it was so good.
You know what? AI could never. Could never. Just put a hamster in a perilous situation in a terrarium, let him act it out normally, and put voiceover over it. The end. What more do you need? Yeah, I think going back to your question, definitely watch this on VHS, watch it on TV, watched it a lot. And there are multiple versions of it because it was originally broadcast on TV. Did you watch it on YouTube?
I watched, speaking of overlords, Amazon had it on Prime TV.
All right. Well, shout out. Shout out Jeff Bezos.
Damn it.
Thanks for helping. It is available on YouTube. I will link it for our listeners. Shout Factory has put out a version of it. There are multiple versions of it because there was the original broadcast that has Kermit the Frog in the beginning. Did you see Kermit the Frog in the beginning?
Yes.
And at the end, right?
Yes.
So, and then there's another version where they sort of built in commercial breaks. So when they would come back in from a commercial break, Kermit would be like, and here we have Emmet. He's getting ready for the holidays. Da, da, da. You know, he was like doing his thing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It kind of gives you like, because the whole movie is actually quite like quiet and peaceful. It's talk about like a background noise movie. It's just sort of like very chill. There's some conflict, but nothing like super bad happens. And we're just in this land of puppets. So I dropped my lore first. Do you have any memories of this movie at all? Did you know it before I told you about it?
Zero memories. I would think maybe, I was going to say, maybe it's like, I've seen these puppets before, like Jim Henson Muppets, like they all kind of like interchange as time goes on. Like there's one that kind of looks like this one and so on and so forth. But yeah, like I know for sure that we've seen one when we went to the exhibit in New York to see Jim Henson's work. And there was one in there for sure. And so, or one or two, I think there was like a possum lady and then there was, I think his name starts with an L or something, but
is Wendell
Wendell?
Yeah, Wendell's in there.
Yeah, I'm opening my notes. Yeah, so he was in there, and that's it. Like no other associations.
Yeah, you never like caught a little bit of it on TV. You didn't know the plot or anything.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so this is one. It was like a classic Christmas movie. It was made in 1977. And like I said in the beginning, yeah, they definitely used robots. They used animatronics because at the time, this was probably one of the most ambitious puppet productions. Like this is pre Dark Crystal. And a lot of the production in this kind of set the stage for Dark Crystal because they had always used like for Muppets and stuff, they'd use platform sets where they like build everything up and then they stick their hands up through the floor to do all the puppeting. But they have like all these crazy shots, right? Famously, this movie opens with Ma Otter and little Emmet Otter. They're like rowing a boat and they're in the water. And as a kid, I was like, how the hell did they do that? Did they have like puppeteers scuba diving underneath? And they actually did it in camera. Like when you see close-ups, obviously that's just like regular puppeteering.
Yeah.
They'd built this huge water tank to be this functional river. And then like the shots that you see where it's sort of like not super close up, but close up, the puppeteers are just like on the side of the river and they're puppeteering. And then the camera angle is they sort of do like a Lord of the Rings, like Frodo Gandalf thing where it's actually farther away than it seems.
Yeah. Distance.
And then you have the far shots. I'm just getting right into the nerdery of like making the movie already. But the far shots where you see like Emmet rowing and him and his mom are singing, that's all animatronic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and it was like something that had never been done before. And I thought it was like, I don't know, like what were your first impressions like seeing all these puppets move around? How'd you feel about it?
It's funny because I liked it. You could tell a lot of them are just like hand puppets, you know, the way they're talking and so on and so forth. It's just like a hand movement and like, you know, making the expressions with moving your fingers around and stuff. But I love when they're like actually walking like through different sets and it's like their little legs are just like springing along, not quite in the right direction, but they are moving forward. And I will just say like the whole scene of watching them like row down the river, it's so like I just want to say like maybe like North American like classic like okie smoky sort of just I don't know, it just gives me something that I'm like, oh, I love this so much. Like seeing all the woodland creatures and seeing like, okay, here's an owl and here's the ducks flying by and like the little duck decoys in the river too while they're rolling along. It's like they're just kind of like turn their head a little bit, nothing crazy, but just so sweet and innocent. And all of the native animals are around. There's like foxes, there's obviously otters, there are raccoons, there are just like all these different creatures. And I thought they were so cute.
Yeah, it's very like Americana, like Depression era, sort of like, who's that artist who did like all those okie smoky American paintings? Norman Rockwell.
Yeah.
It's very like Norman Rockwell. It's based in a children's story, like a children's picture book. And the book, I think the book itself was inspired. The Gift of the Magi, the O. Henry story. Like you remember that from English class, right? And it's like, it's the poor couple and like he sells his watch to like get her the combs and she cuts her hair to get him the watch chain. And then they realize that like the presents that they got aren't, you know, they can't use them right now because they sold the thing. So it's like a retelling of that. So they like with Ma Otter and Emmet, they do the same thing. They're both like trying to give each other a good Christmas. And, you know, in the end, like the moral of the story is it's not the things you buy, but it's the people you love, which is a very wholesome message. But yeah, that's at the end. Well, we can start because this is such a shorty. Yeah, this is a short. It's like a tight 45. You know, it's like an hour with commercials shown around the holiday time. So like we can summarize it pretty easily because it starts with Kermit the Frog on a bike. Yeah.
Yo, Kermit gets jacked.
Yo, Kermit out here doing fitness. He's on a bike and like you were saying, you love to watch their little legs move. Like a lot of this was done via marionette. So it's like a combination, hand puppetry, marionettes. I think that with the bike stuff, I think that the bike is on a string and then they just sort of like crop it out somehow
forward and someone's steering up top, someone's steering on the side, you know?
Yeah, they did this in a lot of Muppet movies. Like I know most you haven't seen. They repeat the idea of like Muppets on bikes a lot. Like Kermit and Miss Piggy ride bikes in Muppets Take Manhattan, which I will definitely force you to watch at some point.
Yeah, I love Muppets. I love Muppets.
It's so cool to see Muppets like free of their puppeteers. It becomes like a real person. You know, it's like, oh, they're like, to me, like Kermit is more real than anything that I see. Any AI generated thing.
Oh my God. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I just love the softness of a puppet, the textures, and like again, how these creatures were all designed. Like some of them look like they were like made with like brooms, and some of them look like they were made with like just different interesting materials to make them look natural. Maybe they were made with like pine cones and things like that, but like they just had this interesting like woodland texture to them. And I really thought that was so warming and cozy to look at. Just like it made me feel so good. No, when I said Kermit's getting jacked, I mean like the gang rolls up and literally takes his scarf.
Oh, yes. Oh, jacked in that way.
Yo,
I
he
love
got jacked. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he got jacked. That's right. Yeah. No, jacked in the urban sense.
In this also sense of, yes, he was on his fitness journey, riding his bike through the woods.
Well, he wasn't very good at it because he
No.
fell off the bike. And then right away, we get the bad kids from the wrong side of town who, to me, are the icons of this movie. The River Bottom Crew.
Oh my gosh.
Which just like everyone is just legendary. They're all like different woodland creatures. They've got catfish in the back. I'm like, why are they friends with a catfish who needs like his own tank at all times? I don't know, but they're just bringing him out. He's a part of it.
He's there for jokes.
He's there for jokes. He's there as a goof.
Yeah, he's the jester.
He's the jester, but I was going to say they don't seem to be like making fun of him. They definitely have like a leader who is Chuck, who I believe is he's got like the really deep, gravelly voice.
Yes, the bear. He's like a bear, right?
I think he's supposed to, I don't know if is he a bear?
I don't know. He looks like a bear to me.
I always thought he was like, well, the one guy's a weasel. So it's like, yeah, we got like a weasel. We got the lizard. We got
a snake.
We got the legendary snake. Yeah, no, they're all so good. And they're coming by in this jalopy or like this hot rod. And then the catfish steals Kermit's scarf. They call him ugly, first of all, which is like mad disrespectful. And then they drive off and they're like, peace out.
Yeah, crazy. And he's like, well, unfortunately, that's not the last time you're going to see these guys. Like, I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah.
And Kermit, I want a cozy holiday film.
No, they're here to give a little conflict. You know, otherwise, I feel like
it would be flat without them.
It would be flat without them. You need conflict, right? And like, I will say, like, all the stuff, although I do love like Emmet Otter and his mom's, like, they're obviously very close. She's definitely like a boy mom, right? She's like, they're like
my tiny son,
my tiny, beautiful son. You know, she's obviously a widow. They keep talking about like Papa Otter, who I was like, from the sounds of it, like this guy was a piece of shit. Like he was a snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
But they forgive him. You know, it's like how when, you know, somebody dies, they like elevate him to like martyrdom.
Oh, of course. Always.
And I was just like, nah, he was a real piece of shit.
Yeah. Dan, he wasn't doing right by you kids, or at least you and your mom, you know?
Yeah, no, but they talk about him very lovingly. You know, obviously they are struggling financially, and Mama Otter is, you know, she's not a good businesswoman in the sense that like she gives people like the laundry, but she doesn't like get the payment up front.
Right.
And that was my first note. I was like, girl, get the money up front.
Yeah. At least half now, half later or something.
Right. Yeah. So she like drops off the laundry for Gretchen the Fox, who is like, speaking of reusing puppets, I feel like all the Fox puppets just became Sir Didymus in Labyrinth. I was like, okay, they just took that Fox puppet and then they added on redid it with a mustache.
Well, and I love Gretchen's like almost like a old timey like barmaid sort of look, or not barmaid, but like somebody who would, dare I say, a prostitute. You know, Whoa, are you slut shaming Gretchen the Fox? I'm not. I'm just saying she dresses very, very promiscuously. Like she's got her feather in the hair. She's got this. Like, where are you going, ma'am? You're on your dock getting your laundry and you're all dressed to the nines in your robe and you're updo with the feather. Like, come on. Well, they really want to make the visual storytelling clear in the sense that there is a class war happening. True.
in this peaceful, idyllic town of, what is it, Frogtown Hollow?
Yeah, Frogtown Hollow.
Or something. Yeah.
Maybe it's also where kind of like in Pride and Prejudice, where like the mom goes to the ball and she's wearing her finest gown, and even though it's not necessarily like in fashion, it's not trendable, like it's not trending, you know, it's just something that she goes, this is really nice, I'm gonna wear it because, you know, it's my nicest thing I have. And so she kind of like has that look about her too. She's like always wearing this sort of like pushed up outfit with like the feather, and yeah.
So you were digging her fashion or not?
I was.
Yeah. We would say we can include her in fashion corner.
Yeah, she can be, totally.
I mean, yeah, I feel like there is a lot of fashion to discuss in this movie, because
I wouldn't say she's one of my favorite character design. I mean, there's a few that were my favorite, but she's up there for sure.
I really was taken with Mama Otter, and I believe her name is Alice. I always forget her first name, but I love the design of her face. She's so chunky cheeked. Yeah, she looks like a real. They both look great, but yeah, she's got like a really like kind of round, soft looking face, and like all of these puppets, I'm just like, I just want to hug them. Like they're just made to be like cuddly, and they're like all like little stuffies. Yeah. And yeah, like you said, there's like that homespun, like they're not too refined. No. So there's like this very like homespun quality, which I feel like it's just very relaxing for me to see. So it felt therapeutic rewatching it. After we're introduced to Mama Otter and Emmet, we got to sing a couple songs.
Yeah, one fat shaming grandma.
One fat shaming grandma song talking about grandma in her swimsuit. Yeah. So funny. God. Yeah. All these songs were written by Paul Williams. Do you know who Paul Williams is?
I think I know that he is a pretty big songwriter, at least for like the time.
He's a huge songwriter. Yeah. He wrote like, I'll toss out a couple you might know. Like he did the Carpenter's like Rainy Days and Mondays song. Oh, okay. He did, a lot of songs for, he wrote for a lot of other people because he himself was not like, he had a career, but he made most of his money like writing for other folks, like Three Dog Night, the Carpenters. He was in a pretty famous cult musical, which I considered showing you, called Phantom of the Paradise, which is like a horror glam rock musical that predates Rocky Horror.
Oh, wow.
And he also has a part in it. He plays like an evil record producer guy. So he's a very interesting character, and he wrote all the songs for this. And you can tell it's like, they're very like Carpenters-esque. They're very like wholesome, like, let's just hold hands and things will be all right kind of stuff. It's very like late 70s optimism. Yeah. How were you digging this? Were you digging the musical vibe? Do you feel like
I wasn't expecting this to be a musical, first of all. So like, it definitely felt like you said, like Americana, like esque. So it just put me in their world very well. I thought I liked the music, honestly. And I liked all of it because it was pretty another like well-rounded musical, like how in Rocky Horror, there's like, you know, there's songs that are more about like dancing, or like, you know, there's the rock and roll song, and then there's like, you know, mom singing a ballad and the boys doing the jug band. Like it's got variety.
Yeah, it's good in the sense that like, I don't know. I feel like it spends a lot of time on the songs, but the songs are all good, so you don't mind being there. Yeah. And there's this whole like major plot point of like getting ready for the talent show, so it like makes sense. You know, and then their love of singing. Like, I love that. Like, I was thinking about this a lot, going back to like the making of art and artificial intelligence.
Yes. Okay.
And I'm sorry. I gotta like, because it's really like circle back because, you know, again, this movie was so handcrafted, and I am so passionate about showing people these movies. Because I was like, you know, it feels different, right? It feels different to watch something that's like homemade and not made in like 5 fucking seconds, because this is so good. And like now with like the advent of like AI making music and stuff, like there are people who've come out to be like, you know, this makes it so much easier for songwriters, because it's like songwriters clearly don't want to like work on music.
Right. Or like feel something
or put in work for anything. And I was thinking about this because you can see that Emmett and his mom spend so much time like going back and forth across the river, and a way to pass time is they sing songs to each other. And that's kind of like the plot device. It's like, hey, let's make up a little song. Here we are as you row, my son.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, right. Like, that's how you have the space for creativity. You just have time to commute or chill. Like, you need brain space. It's not like money or anything else. Like, you don't need resources to make art is what I'm getting to. But you do need time to stare at the river. You know, that's my main thing. Is just like, when are we ever like allowed to just like look at the river? It's like, no, as soon as we're off the screen, we got to get on another screen real quick. So we don't have a single thought in our head.
You got to go look at the river.
You got to go look at the river. Yeah, no, it's like, I've been noticing that more and more with like people I'm around. I was just like, oh, people are just like never not on their phones.
Right.
At all. And, you know, I'm not saying I'm not guilty, but I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it so I can put it out there that I don't like it.
I don't like it. I know it exists. And I know it's a thing, and I know I do it, but I don't like it.
Yeah, but you know what? They didn't have cell phones back in 1977.
And they certainly didn't have them in Frogtown?
Frogtown Hollow. Yeah, I looked it up. That is the name of the town. Yeah, we got Frogtown Hollow, where there seems to, again, we got poor people, we got rich people, we got this class divide. The money situation with Mom Otter and Emmet really stressed me out.
Yeah, it's sad, but they're happy making it, like, as long as they have each other, you know, and that's it just touched my heart. It really did.
Yeah, and they're just like trying to get by, and they go to town, and they go to a music store, and who do they run into? We got the River Bottom crew out here causing chaos, ripping through town on their hot rod, and they're ripping up the music store. I assume that when the River Bottom crew hits up the music store, they steal instruments that they eventually use towards the end. That's what I'm getting.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, I sent anyone who's watched this movie, I feel like the tradition is, if you've seen this, you will watch the movie and then you watch the famous outtakes where Frank Oz puppeted Mom Otter. And there's it's on YouTube. I will link it to. There's a very famous like outtake scene where Emmet and Mom Otter are standing outside the music store, and they're trying to get this take correct where they roll the drum out. And I think that Jim Henson wanted it to like hit the milk jug and then kind of like roll like a coin, or like kind of spin like a coin and then drop. And you see them like literally do like 40 takes with this to get it correct. And it's a very funny video because Frank Oz and I'm forgetting the puppeteer who played Emmet, but they stay in character the whole time. And they're just responding like the characters would.
Right. Granted, like Frank Oz didn't voice Alice Otter.
No, but he was doing the initial like puppeteering. So everything you hear in like, it's Grover's voice.
Yeah, it's just Yoda.
it's Yoda. It's Miss Piggy. It's just like, I don't know. I think about Frank Oz. I'm like, what a fucking icon this man is. How many incredible characters has he done? Like, what a career.
For real.
But yeah, anyway, so they have that scene. They run into the bad kids from the wrong side of town, but then they go on with their day. And then like the major plot point in this film is that there is going to be a talent show, which is held on Christmas Eve. And whoever wins the talent show gets $50, which is a lot of money back then. So again, if this was set in like Depression times, $50.
I would say even like the 40s ish.
Right. That would have paid like a month's rent, maybe. And of course, Mother Otter wants to get the guitar that costs $40.
Yeah, because Emmet really wants it.
He wants that guitar. And so they both like secretly make plans to enter the talent show because Emmet also wants that money to like give to his ma. And so it's so funny because he's like, so Emmet runs into his friends who are like, okay, let's start a jug band and then we can enter the talent show. And then Mom Otter is like, I'm just going to sing a song. But for some reason, she needs a whole new outfit. Like,
she's a diva. Okay. Like deep down.
I was going to say, like, I have a lot of thoughts on this. What were you like? Was this necessary for her to like make a whole expensive dress to do this? And
no, not at all.
I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. Like, if you're going to be in public and you're being perceived, like, of course you want to look right.
Right. And I think that because you could tell too, when she was like going up for it, she was really nervous.
Right.
So it's like that kind of was the thing that maybe gave her the confidence boost. But I'm just like, okay, y'all have a house. How are you going to get rid of the tools that like help you around this shack that you live in? Like that just doesn't seem, you could have sold something else. Like, wasn't she selling pumpkin pies too? Like,
there's some plot holes for sure. Let's just say this. I think they could have, you know what? They were spending so much time building these elaborate sets and puppets. They could have done another pass on the script, maybe. Like, even though, but again, they were adapting a children's story that's already in existence. So I've never read the actual children's book. I will say that. Maybe it was just already written in. But yeah, I feel like she's like like her one friend like tells her about the talent show. Her friend who like has come over because Mom Otter has like borrowed her spinning wheel so many times. And I was like,
she's like, oh, I need to use the thing that I gave you to borrow, but you know, you just you just have it now, I guess. So.
Yeah, no, totally. It's like it's like when somebody like borrows your clothes. It's like, let me come and borrow it back, but then I have to give it back to you. I don't know. Right. And I was just like, yeah, everybody, that's the thing. Everybody knows that the Otters are poor, but no one will like loan them $5. Like,
$5 is probably hard to come by though, you know. Everybody's watching their pennies.
It's true. Yeah, no, they like you get the sense that like the poor really struggle, and there are some rich, like upper class animals who are doing okay. The foxes, that bullfrog, Mr. Bullfrog seems good.
I love Mr. Bullfrog.
Right?
Doc Bullfrog is my guy.
Doc Bullfrog. It's so funny. Ryan, I was rewatching with Ryan and he was like, I love that frog. I was like,
me too.
I love that frog. And like upon the rewatch, I was like, oh, this had to have been like a huge inspiration for Over the Garden Wall.
Oh yeah.
This
100%.
had, yeah, I was like, whoever was in charge of that production had to have watched this, like probably my age-ish, and was just like, okay, we're going to like put these dapper frogs in again. Because
yeah, and they had animals that were all dressed up too, you know.
Yeah,
especially during the school scene in Over the Garden Wall.
Potatoes and molasses. Da, 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 da,
please just ask us.
That's it. Oh, now I want to rewatch that. That's kind of like a perfect. They'd say Over the Garden Wall is a Halloween time. I mean, it's set on Halloween. Right? But I feel like, you know,
it's just a good autumnal show, like when fall meets winter.
It's so good. Yeah. And it's so short too. Everyone who hasn't seen Over the Garden Wall yet, please do watch that. You can bang out that whole series and the show in one day.
Oh God. Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to fully immerse yourself in animals who talk and have emotions, which that's all I really like, honestly. Yeah. I'm trying to think where we are plot wise. So yeah, they know about the talent show. Emmet and all of his friends decide to form a band.
And but Emmet was hesitant because, much like the song they sang earlier, like one of the many songs, you know, Mom makes her living off of using her wash tub because she's you know, a laundress or whatever, if you will, right? She's doing the town's laundry. And so they're like, yeah, Emmet, you have the wash tub. And he's like, well, I can't do it because I have to put a hole in it. And their whole song was, there's no hole in the wash tub.
Right. Yep. And then he was like, oh, shoot. Now I'm going to have to go back on that. Now there has to be a hole in the wash tub.
Which, like, can't you get a plug for it anyways? Like,
I would probably leak. Yeah. I would think, you know, you think about like, yeah, you really want it to be like airtight, that wash tub. But I love all the instruments that they make, the wash tub bass.
Yeah.
And we got the cigar box banjo. we have a washboard, and then we have Wendell on lead Jug, who's just like the best character design. You never see his eyes.
Yeah.
Everyone's wearing a beanie. Everyone is like mad, like Portland
He sounds
hipster.
like Chong.
Wait, it sounds like Chong. Oh, from Cheech and Chong.
From Cheech and Chong, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like, he's got kind of like the, whatever.
Kind of quiet. Yeah.
It's very honest. Like, yeah, all the characterizations are very 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the design, I was going to say, like, everyone's wearing a beanie and a sweater and a scarf. I mean, we can just go right into fashion stuff. Like, everything is so like crafty. Yep. It's very like knitted, like hand knit everything. And they all look great. I love Emmet's
like kind of like outfit.
His he's like wearing a Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah.
And then he's got this hat on, which is sort of like an old like rail conductor hat, but it's tied onto his head with a scarf.
Uh-huh.
And I just think it's so dapper and so cute. Yeah,
it fits his round head perfectly.
It fits it perfectly. Yeah, I think highlight for me would be Doc Bullfrog, the foxes. I mean, honestly, there's not a single bad character design. Was in terms of like puppet character design, did anyone stand out for you other than Doc Bullfrog, of course?
Yeah, definitely Doc Bullfrog. I loved Wendell's design. Like I said, I like the foxes too. It's kind of funny to see them. They're more of like the rich couple, like the one who's hosting the show, the talent show, and then also like his wife. He's like, oh, my beautiful wife, who's also a judge. Like,
yeah, and he loves his wife.
Yeah, so nice. And then
I'd love to see that.
there was not one that I disliked. I thought everybody was so well executed, like their characterizations matched their voices, and it was just so sweet. And I guess this would be a funny question, but it's like, if you were one of those animals, which one would you be?
Oh my God. Well, I think this kind of like ties in well to what happens next, which is the actual talent show, because I feel like I am the weasel bass player. I am just from the River Bottom Nightmare Band, which we will get to. We were going to spend a full 10 minutes talking about this.
Oh yeah,
because this is a huge part of me. I don't think his name is ever said. River Bottom Nightmare Band. Weasel.
I love the name Nightmare Band.
It's so good. Okay, in terms of like what puppet would I be? I would be, I'm sorry, it's the snake who's the bassist. I always thought that the weasel was the bassist. He has kind of like a star guitar, I guess. But I always thought that was the bass. But I guess it makes sense that the snake is the bassist because he's plucking with his tail.
Yeah, his little tail.
Yeah, before we get too into it, well, first of all, who would you be?
Oh my goodness. I would say, I mean, it's hard because my all-time favorite character is the bullfrog. Not that I couldn't be him, but
you could definitely be a bullfrog.
If there was a Mrs. Bullfrog, maybe I'd be Mrs. Bullfrog.
You're like, yo, he got a wife?
Yo, is he married? Honestly, he owns a restaurant. Like, okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, he is employed. He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and he has a heart, which we'll get to at the end. But
yeah. He kind of saves the day at the end a little bit. So Mrs. Bullfrog. This is Melanie is still looking for a spouse. She doesn't care if it is a puppet frog from the 1970s. At this point, real life men have brought her so fucking low that she's like, you know what? Here's an employed puppet from 1977. Let's get married.
He can be my sugar daddy.
Yeah, again, like he has steady employment. He seems nicely dressed and clean.
He's polite.
And polite. I accept this marriage. If you choose.
I can't pick Wendell.
Wendell's Wendell's a kid.
Even like to be or like whatever. It's just like,
oh, you're saying yeah. No, you gotta like I see you could definitely be like a lady fox too. Oh. Not to like, say that you also look like a prostitute
at times. At times, I will say there have been times that I have looked like that. I'm just saying, yeah, she's bougie, and I have a tendency to have a champagne taste on a beer budget. So
yeah, all these characters come up in the sort of climax of the movie, which happens, about a half hour in. We're at the talent show and we get to see a wide range of talent. We've got dancing rabbits, we've got squirrels. It's a full house. And then, of course, I forget the character's name, but like somebody comes out on stage and like plays the Jug-Band song before they do
song, yeah,
the barbecue song. They're like, oh, we can't do this song now. They're gonna think we copied. It's so annoying when that happens.
Oh yeah,
like you have a cover band, you're like, oh, somebody covered the song before us. No, we can't go out and do the same thing. The only way you could do that is if you went out and honestly, they could have, but because they were better. But still, it kind of flattens the performance. So they have to come up with another song on the fly.
Also, like whoever was organizing the talent show, like you didn't like check to see if there were any duplicates or like any like similar acts when you were going to be putting on. I guess like you don't know what the talent is until they reveal it. But it's just like, I don't know.
No, that's, you are correct that this is just poor stage management. And like Mr. Fox is out here being like, he's like, oh, we want this to look professional. If it was professional, you would have had everyone submit the songs to make sure there's no duplicates.
Thank you.
So you know what? If you're going to come correct, be correct. Is what I'm saying. It's so funny when we were watching, like there was the stage manager who was like actually like doing the curtain and the lights. Is just like another like possum-like character or whatever. And I was like, that's me, just like watching this talent and being like, oh, this is gonna be a long night.
Yeah, gotta close the curtain.
Yeah, like get the hook. We've had enough. Yeah, it's just funny. They like have to go in the back alley and practice really quick, and they come up with this brother song, which is also good. And then Mama Otter comes out and she sings like her "Let's All Hold Hands and Love Each Other" song, which I thought was really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I just want to give props to the piano accompanist, the piano player,
the accompaniment,
like
the pianist,
the pianist. Yeah, that's the word, even though it sounds like I'm keeping this all in, by the way.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Word salad.
Words. The pianist just like picks up on everybody's song and is accompanying them.
Yeah.
And I assume has like with the Jug-Band song, they just made this song up like 5 seconds ago. And he just like comes right in.
What a musical ear.
I was going to say, like, give this piano player a raise because they're doing the work.
Oh, yeah.
That's team talent right there.
I loved how that, like, all of a sudden, after all of this, like, interesting talent, like, stuff that feels very, I guess, like, not analog's the wrong word, but it's just something that feels like, again, like a homespun feeling, that sort of like Southern charm to it in a way. Then out comes this rock and roll band, like it's like the 1950s, and just fucking lights the place up.
I mean, here's the thing. And now that we're on the best part of the movie for me, which is the introduction of the River Bottom Nightmare Band.
Yes.
First of all, they're positioned in the story as villains. You could never make me hate this band. You could never make me hate them.
They're just too punk,
They're so fucking punk. And you hear 50s, I hear 70s heavy metal.
I do hear 70s. I do. But I'm thinking like, of the time, like when the correlation between like having like blues and then going to rock and roll was very like, a 1950s-ish era.
Right. Yeah. It's like all of a sudden you're hearing like the Devil's music and it's like, it's just Elvis.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas, they did sound very like 1970s metal-ish.
They sound like Deep Purple. They sound like Rainbow. They sound punk. Like, yeah, the River Bottom Nightmare Band is, when I saw this as a little child, and I must have seen this movie maybe when I was like 4. So this is probably like reaching back to VHS memories. This is one of like my earliest media memories. And seeing this is like 4 or 5 years old, like little baby me. Seeing this, maybe my first time like seeing a band play on stage, and it's a bunch of fucked up, crazy ass puppets. We got Snake on bass, Weasel on guitar. We have the fish in a tank in the back. Does he do anything on an instrument? No. But he's just there for general vibes. He's splashing, he's spitting out water in time. He's basically like a go-go dancer for the band.
Isn't that like, I feel like, doesn't like Slipknot have somebody who's like that? Who just like runs around?
I know Slipknot has 2 drummers.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, no, they're like, famous for their percussion. But yeah, they just got a guy running around.
Somebody does. Somebody's got a guy who runs around. I forget what band it is.
There are some bands who are just like, yeah, we just keep this guy here. And does he play an instrument? No.
He's here for vibes.
He's here for vibes. He's out here drinking a beer on the side. And, I'll say this about the River Bottom Nightmare band. Yeah, they have a friend who doesn't play an instrument, but they just keep him around. They don't kick him out of the band. They're like, you know what? You're a part of it. So to me, the River Bottom Nightmare band is like the ultimate punk rock band. And it's one of my favorite. I wouldn't even say it's a trope because it's not super common, but there was this band. And then also, I don't know if you're too young to remember Gem, the animated series.
I know Gem. Obviously,
okay,
because of you too.
But, yeah. Gem, truly outrageous. We have a rock singer with a secret identity. She's kind of Superman-like in the sense that she's a normal girl by day, but at night she's a rock star named Gem. And I mention that because there's a thing on the show where Gem and the Holograms, the rival band, is the Misfits, who are an all-girl heavy metal band, and their only personality trait is that they are bad. Okay? And I was like, oh, I don't want to be Gem and the Holograms. I want to be the Misfits. I want to be the River Bottom Nightmare band.
Yeah.
I want to be your worst fucking nightmare in the music industry. And just like this is I'm just telling you this because now you can understand me more. This is what I wanted to be when I was in preschool, was a fucking snake playing bass. Okay. People are like, I want to be a wife and a mommy. And I'm like,
princess.
I'm a princess. And I'm like, I want to be a snake playing a bass guitar. And that's,
I want to roll up to your town, make everyone question all of their life decisions.
Basically, yeah. No, the River Bottom Nightmare band, it's like I said, you could never make me hate them.
No, and I love this lyric in their song, which is like, I think is it's just very relevant, more so now than ever. But it's like, it says, we don't wish to learn, but we hate what we don't understand.
Yep. Absolutely. It's so good. Yeah, it's like, yeah, they don't know anything, but they just hate
everything that they don't know. Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah. The whole, everyone like watch that scene 3 times. Yeah. Read the lyrics. Yeah. What my favorite is the verse 2, which I wrote down, which is, we know we're a mess. Our type does not like to be clean. We don't brush our teeth because our toothache helps us stay mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to insert song here just so everyone can hear it.
We're a mess. Our type does not like to be clean. We don't brush our teeth. Cause our toothache can help us stay neat. We don't wish to learn, but we hate what we don't understand. River bottom. When you see us coming, you better start it running. We always start in trouble and we're happiest when things are out of hand.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, no, I just want to say, like, yeah, clearly they're the winners because even though that they stole probably all these instruments, I was like, that's another thing too. We were laughing about watching this. I was like, they're so punk in the sense that they brought their own PA system. Like they just rolled up. Like this is an okey pokey, smoky, old timey theater.
Yeah.
they come from the river bottom, which I assume is the bad neighborhood. Like society has really failed these teens.
But listen, they've got a car, and the otters have a boat. So it's like, who's really winning?
They not only do they have a car, but they have snowmobiles.
Yeah, I know.
They're out here ripping.
Funny.
They're ripping over the ice. It's so funny because I think it's more than once that Mama Otter is like, watch out for thin ice. And I thought, I was
They're
like,
going to fall through the ice. I thought about that and I was like, this is going to be, I don't want this to be traumatic.
Right. I was like, are they going to Amy March it and just like fall in the frozen pond?
Yeah.
And like, that's the thing that gets everyone to come together, much like
exactly.
in Little Women. Yeah, no, the River Bottom Nightmare Band, they fucking rip it. They sweep the talent show. Everyone's fine with it. Because, I mean, you can't deny that talent.
Yeah.
They had a fish in a tank doing go-go dance behind them.
Or maybe he was the PA. He was doing all the PA.
How can a fish run a soundboard is my question.
Listen, he can do whatever he wants. He believes in himself.
It's going to get wet. You can't get water on electronics. That's like the main rule of electronics. Is you can't put water on them.
True.
I don't know. I just think he was there because it was cool. And he was in the gang. So yeah, they end up winning the talent show. All of our, protagonists, the people who we're told that, should win, don't win. Mm-hmm. And you know what? They don't feel too bad about it because, they all have each other. And they Mama Otter and the boys decide to combine their songs, which are both like okay songs, but when you combine them, it's even better.
Yeah, really, really good.
And then what happens? You explain the next plot point. Like they're outside singing.
Well, yeah. So like they had left the show. Well, first they leave the talent show and they're talking to each other. And that's when like Mama Otter admits that I sold the toolbox. And he's like, well, I put a hole in the wash tub. And then Doc Bullfrog comes by and is like, oh, you guys were both really great, but you just needed a little something else, a little something extra. So it's like, okay. So they're walking home and they're all kind of bummed. So they're walking along the river, which is frozen.
Mm-hmm.
And, they kind of stop and they go, they start singing the songs and they're like, hey, this would actually sound good if it was combined. And they do it and it draws attention, which they happen to be parked outside of the restaurant, which Doc Bullfrog owns. And it draws attention and everyone's starting to come out and listen to them, which, they put on this beautiful rendition of the two songs merged.
Yes.
And everyone starts applauding and they, were surprised that people were listening too. And Doc Bullfrog comes out and he's like, that was just some of the most beautiful music I've ever heard. That's what I meant when you need something extra. They just needed each other. And he invites them to be like resident player, like musicians at his fine establishment, which I'm like, whoa, there you go. And then so he's like, the mom's like, well, do you pay for like the same day or whatever kind of thing? And he's like, oh yeah. And you get a free meal. Fucking sold.
Yeah. You got a residency at the local restaurant. Like what more? Now they're working musicians.
Right.
So isn't that better than like a one-time talent show thing?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. They're about to make that $50 in no time.
Right. And it's like, I do like that. It's like, okay, they didn't get what they wanted, but they got something better.
Right. And that you could tell also too, like at the heart of the Otter family was music because Mama used to play piano and Dad used to make songs too. And like they always are very musical and they just weren't using their talents to, provide for themselves. They were just doing these other sorts of jobs because, it's very meta now that I think just like here's me, thinking about what I want to do with career stuff. And it's like, do you just focus on what you're good at?
I think that the lesson, I mean, you could also glean a different lesson from it, but I think that what they discover is that instead of, they both tried to figure out their problems on their own and they didn't really converse with each other because they're out here like, Mama's like, no, I gotta like sing my song and get up there and get the money, just focused on getting the money. And then we have Emmet, same thing. He's like, all right, put this band together and I got him get this money for my mom. And
even though we only split it 4 ways, it'd be like $12.50 a piece. Right.
No, Emmet was not thinking about the economics of the situation. Cause that's the thing. Once you're in a band, you start splitting profits, like your paycheck goes down the drain.
Right.
Like all of these, that's the thing at River Bottom Nightmare Band, they split that $50. What, it was 5 people in the band?
Yeah.
Everyone
gets $10.
Everyone gets $10. That's not a lot. I guess you get the clout of like having won the local talent show.
Yeah. Well, now you also have, all these instruments that you commandeered, and you can just go on to the next town and show up.
Yeah, I do hope that the River Bottom Nightmare Band went on tour after this, because they do have a car.
Yeah, exactly.
So they could start doing a tour all around the marshland. Yeah, in terms of like the economics of the situation, what happens is Mama Otter and then the Jug-Band get together, and now they have regular income because they've decided to put their ideas together. It's like, it really speaks to the power of community.
Yep.
What I'm saying. It's like, no, you don't have to figure out this problem on your own. We can talk about it and then figure out how we all, when we work together, the billionaires lose.
Exactly.
Is what I'm saying. And the more we isolate and continue to look at our screens and think that we can solve our problems, which is like, the thing is, you didn't make the problem. It's the society is the problem. Your phone is telling you that you need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, but you can't do that. Like, it's literally what I'm telling you, Melanie, is that the American dream is a lie. And we've
dead.
It's dead. And we've been lied to our whole lives that if you just hustle harder, you're going to be able to pull yourself up. That's not how it is. Out here, Jeff Bezos, in the time we've been talking, has made $10 billion just by being alive. We will never catch up. So what I'm saying is, fuck everything. Let's start a jug band.
I'm ready. Who's playing the jug? Maybe
who's playing the jug? You can play the jug. I just want to insert right here, because I was on the Muppet Wiki before we logged on. Because I was like, what is the name of this restaurant that they end up working in? Because it's so fucking cozy looking. I'm like, I wish this actually existed.
Oh yeah, they apparently have good mashed potatoes too.
So it's called the Riverside Rest.
Oh.
It is owned by Doc Bullfrog, and it is considered Waterville's favorite cafe and night spot. According to Harrison Fox, it is just conveniently located along the river, just north of Frogtown Hollow. So that's the thing. Like, Frogtown Hollow, I think, is like Poor Town. And then Waterville, which I assume like where the restaurant and the town hall where the talent show takes place.
Yeah.
That's like Rich Town.
It's just like straight up town. Yeah,
it's like stratified society. So in the specials denouement, Doc hires Emmet Otter, Alice Otter, and the Frogtown Hollow Jubilee Jug Band, that's the name of the whole jug band, to perform at the restaurant. Mashed potatoes are notably on the menu. So I feel like, yeah, I wish this place existed. There has to be something out there like this.
Oh, there is.
There's got to be a Riverside restaurant with mashed potatoes. You might live by one. You live not far from like a marshland.
I do, yeah. And in fact, we have been to several river restaurants, and I could say maybe I would count the Voyager as one in St. Clair, notably, because there is music in there. There is live music and a piano, and you are on the river, and they do have good mashed potatoes.
You're like, shout out Voyager.
Shout out Voyager, family favorite establishment.
Wow. I love that we're supporting local business in Michigan. I'm sure we have at least 10 people in Michigan who listen to us.
Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to y'all, our homespun, home state fans. Yeah. Well, any other thoughts about the movie, the ending, just the movie in general?
My heart was warmed by this great portfolio piece by Mr. Jim Henson, and I'm really glad I watched it. It made me feel all warm and cozy. And in fact, it did snow today, so like now I'm ready for this holiday season. It has officially begun.
It's officially begun.
It began, I would say, Little Women really set it off. This is just, continuing the theme.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like the way we set everything up was pretty good. We kind of eased in a little bit, and now we're like fully in holiday season. So we'll have like a couple more holiday movies. we'll do a little end of year recap just to like talk about all the wonderful films we've watched and how they've changed us. How they've changed us as people. Yeah, everyone watch Emmet Otter's Jug-Band Christmas. It's on YouTube. It's free. Watch all the outtakes, get into that holiday spirit. And you know what? I'm just going to say it. Maybe learn a hard skill. Maybe learn how to play a jug or play any instrument. Really. Can you play an instrument? Can you not like put a prompt into AI and get it to make a song for you? Or put it happens. Like speaking of the devil, Spotify again,
who we love that they put our podcast on.
Sure. There's so much AI music now. And I'm just wondering, like, do people know the difference between good music and bad music? Does it matter? Where does this put us as like musicians? Does making art matter? Do people want to engage with it in a way that's meaningful? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, maybe learn an instrument and like go see a live show. Like, that's what I'll leave us with. I feel like
go look at the river.
Go look at the river.
You don't even have to do anything. Just go look at the river. Go look at the phone. Don't even take a picture of it.
Yeah, that's the people are. Yeah, don't even take a picture. Just take a picture with your mind.
Yeah, don't even take your phone if you can. I mean, unless it's far, then maybe just like leave the phone a foot away from you or something. Like if it's icy and hazardous out, maybe take your phone for safety. Yeah, don't walk on it unless it's completely frozen.
Don't walk on a frozen river unless you know for sure that it's frozen. That's just a good, we're just out here handing out good winter tips.
Yeah. And like AI won't know if the river, you have to go out there and look at it and test it. And like, honestly, use a hard internet resource. Use like your local, like city's website that like tells you, there's like databases that tell you like what's going on with like the lakes and rivers. Like, look at that. Just look at it.
Sure. I mean, while we still have funding for these parks and recreation, these branches of government.
Right.
So, yeah, maybe just don't walk on a frozen river just to be safe, because you really can't trust anything except your own senses.
But you can definitely watch Emmet Otter and his mom walk on a frozen river and nothing bad will happen. I guarantee it.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Spoiler, no spoiler. Nothing really bad happens. So, You know what? Just enjoy some cozy time. That's all I want for everyone. All right. We'll see you next time.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of VHS Sisters.
We hope you've had a fun and cozy time.
Please consider liking, leaving a review, and following us on your podcast platform of choice.
If you'd like to chat with us, please email us at VHSsisterspodcast@gmail.com.
Love you. Bye. That's it.